In ancient Chinese culture, the tiger was not merely a fierce animal, but the ultimate symbol of power and authority. The ancients called the tiger the king of all beasts, the ruler of mountains and forests, and a manifestation of overwhelming yang energy. Because of this, the tiger was both revered and feared. Yet when such power exceeded natural limits, when instinct was no longer restrained, the tiger ceased to be just a beast and transformed into something else entirely. The tiger spirit. According to folklore, tiger spirits were tigers that lived for an exceptionally long time in deep forests, absorbing the spiritual essence of heaven and earth, the energy of the sun and moon, until they gradually awakened intelligence. Over hundreds of years of hunting, territorial conflict, and survival, the tiger became not only physically powerful, but mentally aware. From that moment, it no longer existed purely as an animal, but as a spirit being standing between instinct and consciousness. In traditional stories, tiger spirits rarely appeared in plains or populated areas. They dwelled in remote mountains and ancient forests where humans seldom ventured. This setting was not chosen at random. It symbolized the boundary between human social order and the untamed wilderness. When a tiger spirit emerged from the forest and entered human society, it signaled that this boundary had been breached. That raw instinct and violence were encroaching upon civilization. One of the most terrifying abilities attributed to tiger spirits was their power to transform into human form. When disguised as humans, tiger spirits were not grotesque or monstrous in appearance. Instead, they were often described as imposing, dignified, and commanding. Their sharp gaze, confident posture, and overwhelming presence made others feel both respect and unease. Unlike fox spirits, who relied on beauty and deception, tiger spirits dominated through authority and fear. Their presence alone revealed a profound imbalance of power. Many legends describe tiger spirits assuming the roles of officials, generals, or figures of high status. This portrayal was deeply symbolic. In nature, tigers ruled their territory through sheer strength. When entering human society, tiger spirits sought to rule through force, intimidation, and domination rather than morality or ritual order. These stories reflected an ancient fear of tyrants. Individuals who governed through violence rather than virtue. Yet tiger spirits were not always depicted as purely evil. In certain tales, they followed their own code of conduct, honored debts, and repaid kindness. Some stories describe tiger spirits protecting villages, assisting the righteous, or punishing corrupt individuals. This duality reveals that tiger spirits represented neutral power. Power itself was neither good nor evil. Its nature depended on how it was exercised. In Chinese cosmology, the tiger is strongly associated with powerful yang energy, symbolizing war, punishment, and enforcement. For this reason, tiger spirits often appeared during times of social disorder. When laws weakened, morality declined, and violence rose. In such moments, the tiger spirit emerged as a manifestation of unchecked strength, filling the vacuum left by collapsing order. A recurring theme in tiger spirit legends is the concept of misguided cultivation. Unlike spiritual beings who cultivated wisdom or enlightenment, tiger spirits often gained power through hunting, absorbing life force, and killing. This path granted rapid strength, but led them away from moral balance. Through this narrative, tiger spirits served as a warning against the pursuit of power at any cost. In classical Chinese supernatural literature, especially Shikuai and Chiwenki tales, tiger spirits often functioned as moral tests. When confronted by a tiger spirit, characters were forced to choose between fear, ambition, and integrity. Some sought to ally with the tiger spirit for personal gain and were ultimately destroyed. Others resisted intimidation, maintained moral clarity, and survived. These stories emphasize choice over fate. From a psychological perspective, the tiger spirit can be seen as a personification of humanity's primal instincts. Rage, domination, aggression, and the desire to control others. Ancient people lacked modern psychological frameworks, but through the tiger spirit, they articulated these inner forces in a form that was vivid and universally understood. Over time, tiger spirits became common figures in folk art, opera, and oral storytelling. In these representations, they were not merely monsters, but teaching tools. They conveyed a simple but enduring lesson. Strength without restraint becomes destruction. Even the king of beasts must recognize limits, or it becomes a threat to its own domain. In the modern world, few people believe tiger spirits exist as literal beings, yet their symbolism remains remarkably relevant. Those who abuse authority, rely on intimidation, or rule through fear resemble tiger spirits wearing human skin. Though the setting has changed, the underlying message remains the same. Ultimately, the legend of the tiger spirit in Chinese folklore is not just a story about a fearsome supernatural creature. It is a reflection on the relationship between power and morality. Power itself is not inherently evil, but without ethical boundaries, it transforms from protection into danger. This is why the tiger spirit always stands at the edge between forest and human society. It exists at the threshold, asking a silent question that has echoed through generations. How will humanity use its power not to protect order, or to surrender to instinct and destruction?